Today was a bust. It's bound to happen occasionally. The morning started off at about 5 a.m. when my alarm was going off for me to get up and go to the gym, but our 2-year-old son was in bed with us because he had a fever and was coughing, and when he is not feeling well, he's a pretty light sleeper, so if I had gotten up to get ready for the gym, he would have woken up and probably stayed awake. So I opted to stay in bed, which meant basically I did not get a workout today because our car also broke down, my husband's car, and so he had plans to take our middle child, our daughter Maggie, out for a date this evening, which left me without a car for the evening. And so between a sick boy and a broken down vehicle and no workout, it was just not the best of days. What do you do when that happens? You got a couple of choices, right? You can either be like, screw this, and just throw the day away, or you can say, you know what? All right, let's roll with it and hope for a better day tomorrow. And I will not claim to always be I am an optimist by nature, but when something takes away my plans and throws me for a loop, sometimes it takes me, an hour to get into my positive mindset. It was not like the afternoon was I was a little bit grumpy, but despite that, I was still able to work on my big project and make some progress with that. Something that you may or may not know about me, I've been running Fit Like Flint. The company turns 4 years old in April, and I have never had regular business hours, and I quite honestly have never had more than an hour, a consecutive hour, maybe two, to work on it, with rare exception. And so Colleen, my business manager, she and I run this on what she calls it scraps of time, and I call it time pockets. It is literally 10 or 15 minutes here and there, taking care of this task and stomping out this fire and just handling it. One thing that has really taught us is flexibility and definitely how to keep things in perspective and prioritize. It's really difficult, but it's imperative if you're going to try to run a company while you're a full-time mom and doing part-time homeschool also with I'm doing that with one child, and the other two are little, and they go to MDO, which is Mother's Day Out, like twice a week for 3 hours. So it gives me a few things, and that usually ends up being eaten up by errands or whatever. So it's really pretty difficult to run a company the way that we do, but we're doing it. And the main thing is to have a can-do attitude about it, because if someone said, hey, you're going to run a company for the next 4 years and it's going to be an hour here and there and that's all you're going to get, I would have been like, you are out of your freaking mind. There's no way. But somehow it has worked, and I'm really proud of the fact that I have anywhere from 4 to 6 people working for me at any given time, and every single one of them work part-time, and all but one work from home. It's really cool to be a boss who is able to allow them that flexibility where it's like, okay, these are the tasks I need done, and this is the time frame in which it needs to be accomplished, and just leave them to it. And first of all, to see how they're able to get it accomplished and how they're able to make that mesh with their family life. It's not the easiest thing, but man, having that flexibility is really nice. So although days like today are really difficult, where everything kind of seems to be falling apart, there are a lot of positives in that I don't have to abandon everything else that's important to me to run a company. So, all of that to say, I'm ready for Tuesday. I'm ready for this day to be over. This is the first day, of course, this is only day 4 of me doing these, but this is the first day where I was like, I don't even know what I'm going to say. It's really tough as somebody who is so positive and really just happy most of the time to do a vlog where it's like, I don't really have a lot of positive things to say right now. But I also believe in being completely honest, and if I said every day was great, that'd be a big fat lie. So every day is not great. You know, and I see some vlogs where that, you know, mommy vloggers or whatever, you know, whatever they're called, but where they just complain. And it seems to be the primary theme of them complaining about their ex-husband, or them complaining about their finances, or them complaining about whatever. And the truth is, man, you know, everybody deals with some crap in their life, but the flip side of that is a lot of it has to do with your perspective. And if you can learn something from it, and if you can take that and make yourself better and approach things differently next time. You know, half of my stress today was because I had my oldest daughter had a couple of big school projects that are coming due this week. One's due tomorrow and one's due Thursday, that I've known about for a week and a half or two, that I was gonna go gather the things for tonight, not anticipating the car breaking down. So it's one of those things where it was just lack of preparation on my part, and that added to my stress. No one's fault but my own, and so I can't really blame anybody but myself. So that's one of those things where it's just like, okay, well, this is how it is, and I'm gonna go do what I can. I'm gonna spend my gym time and go run to get the supplies for those school projects, and get home, we're gonna work on them. And we did, and we had a good evening. So anyway, all of that pretty much wraps up my day. Hopefully your day was a little bit better than my day was. No matter how bad your day is, somebody else's day was worse. No matter how good your day is, somebody else is having a better day. So it helps me to keep things in perspective, that no matter how bad things seem, they're really not that bad. They're really not. So anyway, that's it for me for today, and that's it. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.